One's wondering why I had a bit of a funny look on my face. It's because YouTube have gone and well, not necessarily YouTube, but OBS have gone and changed it a little bit as to how you start streaming. Now you when you say start streaming, you have to select the broadcast and all of that. So it's a little bit, I don't want to say weird, but it was a little bit weird because it wasn't coming through okay. Like uh, I don't know. Anyway, look, please do let me know that you can see and hear this. I'm just gonna double check. Hey, Tara Kangas, how are you doing? Um, I've been a little bit busy the last few days. I had a friend's funeral yesterday. Um, he was actually the brother of a friend of mine. And you know, his brother, we were kind of like quite close family between their family and our family, and we kind of grew up together from nursery until 17, 18 years old, always in the same class. Hey, friendly girl, hi Jean. So I had that funeral yesterday, but I'm also working on a project, another directory website, and everything looked okay Tuesday morning. And then I started to realize there were major problemems with this website. Basically, to give you the history of it, it's a my listing directory website. Yeah, thanks, friendly girl. Thanks for that. I mean, it was like I think it really hit home when I was there, and then I saw the mum, and then she broke down in tears when she saw me, and then I let out some tears as well. And then it brought back lots of memories and stuff of us all growing up. Hey, Gabrielle Pinto. Hey, Matteo. How are you? Anyway, this is my listing website. Um, because the client had previously worked with like two or three, I think it was two other developers, they've gone and added in tons and tons of WP Codebox codes, loads of codes. I'm one day going to do a video with WP Codebox versus code snippets. I do not like WP Codebox. I really don't. I find it more complicated in the interface. Anyway, loads of codes. And when you deactivate some of the codes, it's almost like there's an imprint somewhere which affects the website. And I basically said to them, look, my bits are done. I've done my bits, but I'm not happy. What you've paid me to do, all of that is done, right? So we're square. But I can't just give you back the website. The look of it's not right. The polish isn't there. The flow, no. Some pages I go to, which you previously built with someone else and I'm not touching them, they're not right. They're not, it just does not right. And I said to them, you're better off starting again. And when I say start again, we moved the current site to a staging site. I've got the order down here for what I told them. I then create a brand new WordPress installation using the same domain. And I import all the stuff again. But instead of having 32 active plugins, you're only going to have 5 to make sure everything works as it should work. You know, your WooCommerce subscription, the My Listing theme, the flow, the directory, all of that. Make sure it works. And it looks good. Now, if you want to add on these extra other plugins, and I did say to him, I don't really see the point to a lot of them. You can do. But first, make sure things are working. And luckily, they agreed to that. Now, I am going to charge them a bit extra because today was meant to be close down day. And as of now, right now, at this moment in time, we should have been closing off and that's it. I'm going to have to rebuild some of their taxonomy for the categories. And I'm also going to have to do a dry run flow check. And I've got to do another mobile check. So there's going to be a bit of an extra cost. Luckily, though, the client appreciates and understands that I'm doing this for their best interests. Because yesterday, before the funeral and after the funeral, it bugged me. I could not get it out of my system. Just because they've said, build a homepage, contact page, get listed page, listing type, taxonomy filters and all of that, do that bit. Because there are other components in the website that are just not right, I just can't let it go. Because I know later on down the line, those problems are going to hinder conversion rate and the professionalism of the website. Now, my name's not mentioned anywhere on the website. It does not say worked on by Web Squadron, so I could walk away. But I want the client to be successful because this client, based in California, has a business plan. They have an idea. They work with some very high profile people. So if they are successful and that business and that website evolves, they're probably going to come back to me. In fact, if the website does well, there's a higher chance of word of mouth referrals as well. So whenever you're working on a website, I can tell you now, we all love brand new websites, right? Niche Lynn, how are you doing? We all love brand new websites. But when you work on a website that's already built and it needs a makeover, or it's got some existing code hard coded in, loads of snippets, and it does not exactly clear what they're doing or what they're for, or there's a child theme as well, and then you kind of go, well, what was done in the child theme and all of that as well? It starts to add up, and you end up spending more time reverse engineering. And I was like, do you know what your previous developer did? Nope. And if you don't know what your previous developer's done, how can you correct or put your finger on, right, that's causing the problem? And it becomes very difficult. Just going to answer some questions here. Gabrielle says, how can I do a scroll animation for icon box widget that will always show the fade in animation when the user scrolls up and down in the page? Okay, so what you could do is you could set up an animation like a motion effect, fade in and whatever. Give your icon box a class name, Gabrielle. I mean, I think this is where you're going with it. Give it a class name. And then you got to make sure that every icon box... No, actually, in fact, you don't even have to give it a class name. You would have to... you'd have to write it in CSS. Add it to the custom CSS of the Elementor, not just for that particular widget. And then when you do that, it should apply it for everywhere. But you'd have to just get the WebKit transform animation something CSS code and write that. Friendly Girl says, thanks for the web accessibility video. Yeah, I mean, look, I totally get you, Friendly Girl. My Raheem, my son, he's got ADHD. So for the last 4 months now, he's been taking tablets every morning or a capsule every morning, and it really helps. Even he says it. He notices how it calms him down. So he's big. It's a big deal for him. But yeah, and that's one of the reasons why I feel more engrossed into web accessibility as well. Absolutely, Friendly Girl. I might have forgotten to mention that. Yeah, I might have done. But yeah, absolutely. I get really annoyed by how many movies out there. They all say, don't they? Please be aware this film contains strobe lighting or flash effects. But you don't know when that's going to happen. And how can you enjoy a movie? And I really do believe that sometimes there is no need for some of the flash strobe lighting effects. I really don't get why they do that sometimes. It's for the effect, but I really feel like it's a cheap effect to put on screen sometimes. You know, with the strobe light and flashy light. I don't get why we always still have that. Tarakangas, don't worry, I totally knew what you meant when you put the word Fresto. Hey Raja, how you doing? Pez Reloaded, hope you're all doing okay. I can't wait for Raheem to go back to school next Friday. It's mounting up. I've got 21 videos I want to record. I am going to do about 15 videos on SEO. They're going to be short ones, and then there'll be a big video where they're all stitched together. The videos will be about 2 to 3 minutes each, and they'll be released on a daily basis, but it's going to be focusing on things that you can do to help your SEO. And I'm talking about local SEO, keywords, you know, I can't think of the word now. The word's gone out of my head. The word has gone out of my head. Canonical tags. I kept having the word collateral in my head. Why am I thinking of collateral? Canonical tags as well and stuff like that. Victor, what do you think is the best way to convert all HTTP images to HTTPS? Right. I think there is a snippet or a plugin you can use for that. Are we talking about a lot of images, Victor? Because I tell you what, if the images are like 20, I would just delete and add in again and just make sure I pick them and put them in the right place. Gabriel, there is a fading up. Yeah, there is. Gabrielle, but what you've got to do is you've got to get the CSS code for that. Add it to the icon. By the way, use site origin CSS if you're unsure about the element name or the class name. You can right-click and inspect. You need to get that with the CSS code and then add it into custom CSS. Then every icon box, no matter where it is on your website, will now have that fade in, fade up scroll effect. But you got to kind of do it as CSS. EWW has lifetime deal on AppSumo. No, has it? Really? I did not know this. AppSumo. Let's go and have a look then, right? So let's go. Hello, I'm over here. Right, AppSumo. Go away. EWW. Oh, yeah, $99. Yeah, It's not bad, really, is it? I mean, EWW, I do rate it. I'm only using it for a website at the moment, and it's costing me $5 a month. I'm going to know in a couple of months if I'm going to keep running that directory or not. Do I need to do some promotion or something? But no, it's not a bad deal. It's not a bad deal. I'm not going to rush to get it yet, Pez, but it is not a bad deal. Oh, mate. Oh, Gabriel, I'm telling you, mate. Gabriel, you know when, like I've got another project, but I've got to close down this project today. Got another project on Friday and another one on Monday. And I've got 21 videos I want to record. I'm itching. You know, like, you like, oh, you know, like nits, lice, leeches all over you. You want to get it done. You know when you just have a passion. It's burning inside of you because you've thought them all out. You've even planned out how you're going to do some of the videos, what you're going to say, what you're going to show. You got it all kind of mapped out. And you just want to get it done. But you know you can't do it properly. Like, I know I'm doing a live chat now, but at any moment, Raheem might walk in and fine, you know, help him out, talk to him, or he might take over, doorbell might go, or something. I'm not in my zone. When I record videos, I prefer to do it when there's no one in the house. Because even when my wife is in the house, you feel... Let me explain it. When I'm recording, you almost put on a mask. You almost become someone else. You become Web Squadron. I am Web Squadron, but you become Web Squadron all over again. It's like a layer of skin on top of your skin. Yeah, like that, right? And it's almost a bit like when you have a client call. If you know you've got other people in the house around you, do you behave exactly the same as you would if you were alone in the house? And sometimes yeah, Gabriel, you get me, right? It's like, you know, and I have to be in the zone. I need to be able to just like go, right, no disturbances, no noise. Get settled. Hit record. You screw up, you ditch it, you delete it, you redo it, you retake, whatever. But when you know there's other people in the house and they can probably hear you saying the same thing. Hey, everyone. No, that's not right. Hey, everyone. No, God, do it again. Hey, everyone. No, do it again. can affect your ability to get it done. But when you know you're alone, you don't matter how many outtakes or how many times you get it wrong. You just go for it, right? Yeah, absolutely, Gabriel. Desert silence. I'm not sure about desert silence. Wouldn't you hear the sand? I'm not sure if those sounds came through the microphone. Benjamin, yes. By the way, Julia, I can't remember her surname, begins with an L. Julia came up with the code. There's weird noise outside. Anyway, she came up with the code for the dash icon. So there's 3 different methods there for how you can show your icons in your WordPress menu. And I think they're really good tips. And what's really cool about them is that same code you could use in a tab title, in an accordion title, in an icon list, the WordPress menu, obviously, but anywhere where you want to have like a mixture. And what's also super, super cool is that you can mix it up as well with, do you show the icon before or after? Do you just show the icon or image, PNG, WebP, SVG? And I think it's one of those problems that someone asked last week, and I came up with 2 codes and Julia came up with a 3rd code, and stitching that all together, it was nice to say, well, look, take your pick. There's many ways you can do it with what you want to show. So yeah, I was really glad that one worked, Benjamin. Thanks for that. Don't forget to smash the like button, everybody. By smashing the like button, it massively helps with the YouTube algorithm. Sorry, I just hear noises outside. I've got to check what that is. Actually, I'm just going to double check that EWW discount on AppSumo at the moment. So we have different levels. Oh, license tier 1, 200 gigabyte. Oh, okay. Meow. I mean, it is for 10 sites though, isn't it? And I think if you were going to use EWW on 10 sites, I think this is a great, great deal. $99, one-time purchase, one-time lifetime purchase for 10 sites. If I was going to use it on 10 sites, but normally I get the clients to pay for it because sometimes they've already got Smush or Short Pixel or something like that. Hey Monica, how you doing? Jenna does web design alone. If you be, it will be perfect. What's my opinion on Elemental AI? Okay, right. If I'm honest, I'm not convinced. I'm really not convinced about it. It's when you do ChatGPT and you go, right, give me a snippet for XYZ, and it generates code, and you go, no, that's not right. I refine it, and it refines it. And then you go, no, go back to the other one and add this in, and it does it. Then you go, no. I've had another idea. Now also give me like, do this, but if X happens, then do Y, and it generates the code. With Elemental AI, you get the code. You can shorten it, you can lengthen it, but that's not code, that's for text. If you then want to say now rework the code, you got to copy the code and paste it back in again. And the fiddliness of that is just, forget it. ChatGPT gives me the history on the left-hand side. Don't really get that with Elemental AI. Images. Haven't been great. I tested it out. Compared to Midjourney or Stable or Leonardo, just really not well thought out. And the big problem we have is we have so many AI tools coming out at the moment, right? All over the place. Some of them are so weak in what they do, they're laughable, right? They are literally laughable. Some of the ones that you see, you look at it and go, the quality of those images is tragic. The quality of the text or what it claims to do. I mean, there's the amount of editing AI video tools that are out there now, or video production. It's horrible. They're really horrible. And what I hate is how they very quickly want to get you into a subscription package. And you might think, oh yeah, really cool, it's a low package, and it might only be $5 or $10. But once you've paid that and you see what you get, you don't like it, you've lost $5 or $10, and eventually that adds up, right? And that's why I only use Bricks and Elemental. I don't use Gutenberg. I don't use Spectra quickly. I don't use Breakdance. I don't use loads of other products, mainly because I don't want to keep buying stuff if I'm not going to use it. I mean, I'll tell you the truth. I actually cancelled my Midjourney subscription last 2 weeks ago because I wasn't really using it anymore. It was great when I did videos on it, but in all honesty, I'm not using it. I mean, how many of you are still using Midjourney? Really, and when I say use it, I mean you're using it on a daily or a weekly basis. Daily or weekly. How many of you are still using it? ChatGPT, I use daily. It's free. Even Raheem uses it. I go into the room sometimes and he's there on ChatGPT, and he's not just doing Minecraft. He's doing all sorts on there. Hey, David James, how you doing? Yeah, friendly girl. Basically, what you're saying there, ChatGPT is so much better. Short Pixel now. I feel like EWWW is better, Gabrielle. Not just from a price point as well, but for what you get. And I feel like it worked out better. Yeah, just checking some of the comments. DJ Cloud, I think AI in builders makes them yeah, it does. Do you know what? Of all the things that Elementor have been doing, and we can all say that since October last year, it's got better and better and better. Hey, Eddie, how are you? Elemental 3.16, the beta, other than the time to first buy, and I need to test that out, I'm like, nah, there's not much to it. Hey, John, how are you? There's not much to it with Elemental 3.16. However, the most pointless thing I think they brought out, which no one asked for, by the way, was AI. I just don't think it's needed. I really don't. I feel like there's other solutions we can use where we can do more with them than to just use Elemental AI. And I feel like focus on your loop grid. Focus on the taxonomy filter. That's not perfect. Let's sort that out. Focus on a boosted product WooCommerce taxonomy attribute filter system. Yeah? Focus on that. Ditch the AI. There's other solutions out there. Sooner or later, we're going to get ChatGPT 4.5 and ChatGPT 5 and Chrome, Supersonic Bard and all of that. They're going to keep going like that. Boom, 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 boom. So how far can elemental AI imagery and coding go? And I feel like let it go. That is not the core basis of why we're using Elemental, right? It's not the be-all and the end-all, right? If ChatGPT did not exist and it was not free, I can see the pull for it. But you got Bing AI, you got all these solutions, just don't go. And I can see here that Gabriel has cancelled his Midjourney. Michael says it's a flash in the pan. It was, yeah, exactly. That is how I felt. When I first started using it in December, I was like, this is pretty good. In January, I got more on board with it. By the time we got to March, my love for it was started going, well, there's only so many times I'm going to say, generate my face. There's only so many times I'm going to say, what would the child of Yoda and Chewbacca, if that happened in some weird porno way, what would it look like? There's only so many times you can do that, right? Like I once did one as create turn Morgan Freeman into Darth Vader. And it's fun watching the images and you're like, wow. But you're not really going to use those images. And I see a lot of people using some Mid-Journey images on their profile. If you want to use it as your avatar, that's fine. But there are lots of websites out there, and I see them a lot. They pop up on TikTok, they pop up on YouTube Shorts, they pop up in a lot of places. So you know when you have your website and it says, "Hi, I'm Bob. I'm a web designer." The image they show is Mid-Journey. Passion for Mid-Journey has kind of gone like that. I like it if I was using it. Yeah. But at the moment, it's just not kind of on there. Oh, hold on. Stream has frozen. Has the stream frozen? Wait a minute. Can you still hear me? Can you still hear me? So what's happening is there's some internet work happening in our street. Some internet work happening, sorry. So now and again, the internet has gone up and down a little bit today, and it's been a little bit annoying. So hopefully you can still see and hear me. Hey, Raheem, the internet's back.
No, I thought you said that the internet went down.
It didn't. Are you okay?
Yeah, I heard you saying that.
Have you finished your sausage roll?
Yeah, the internet has not gone down.
Go and eat your sausage roll. Okay, cool. Yeah, DJ Cloud, thank you for confirming it's all okay. Oh, Gabrielle, by the way, Gabrielle, if you post a link, it won't kind of show the link online. YouTube doesn't allow links. What you'll have to do is, if you are sharing any link, you'll have to email it over to my email address below. I'm just checking here. It says that nuggets have gone down in price for McDonald's. They're now £1.49 for 6 nuggets. You know. Oh, hold on. Has declined. This what? Oh. You know when you get emails that say, "Hello, this is a funny one, all right. Hi, dear. We try to renew your services for SiteGround. It will be expiring in 2 days. Hi, dear." Dear with a and it's got an emoji of a like the emoji of a hand going, "Hi, dear." And then you go and check the address, and it's from someone, info@Brittlemansby. Who is Brittly Mansby? Should we go and check them out? So this is someone who is pretending to be SiteGround. It's Brit Lee Mansby. Brit Lee Mansby. Let's go and see who this. So this is quite so look, they don't I mean their website's down as well. Anyway, spam alert. Okay, Wing Commander's world has come to an end. Oh really, Gene? Did they get that as well? Yeah, it's just the warning signs are there, right? Because they don't even use your name. But even if they use your name, the number one tip to anyone watching, and I'm sure a lot of you do this, whenever you get an email, click on the email address, because it will give you a big clue if they are real or not. And even if it's real, it may have been spoofed. Don't click and log in. Go in naturally into SiteGround or wherever you're going to go. Don't click any links. So many people still get hit by that. Hey, David, how are you? Andy, I'm having issues with Elementor. Google Console says content wider screen. What would I charge for a new banner design? Andy, it kind of depends. I mean, it could be 160 if I think I can do it in the hour. If I think it's going to be a bit more, then it doubles up. So, it kind of depends on that. Hey, Artif, how are you doing? Hope you're well, my friend. Now, Andy, when you say Google Console says content wider screen, I'm just trying to content wider screen. Does it give you any clues what it's referring to? Because, I mean, it depends on like, I'm guessing it's an image. I'm guessing it's a full width image or a boxed width, but there's something about that. Yeah, wider than screen. We'd have to see it. We'd have to see it, to be honest. And just have an inspection of it. But yeah, new banner design, Andy. Prices could be anywhere between 160 to more, depending on how long I think it was going to take. But minimum would be 160 if I think, as long as like, you know, we got all the content, we got all the imagery or not, or the wording, and we know roughly kind of what we're looking at here. If it's a case of us just developing one off by, you know, from the top of our head, then the costs could be a little bit more different. But from what I can tell, right, when it's like when you need to fix the content which is wider than screen, and it's a common issue that, well, it's not a common issue, but you will see it on the Windows. What you got to do, what it's basically saying is the content. So let's say, I'm guessing this is a mobile issue as well. Let's say your mobile is 400 pixels wide, right? Is your content, for instance, like your header maybe the way you've set it up, your header might be 450. So you might want to set the width of the container to be 100%, right? So if you've gone and said the width of that is 450, on a mobile, your content is wider than the screen. So what you want to do is set your mobile width for your container or whatever it is to 100%. And that should do it, basically. Nice one, Artif, on making sure everything is fine before you let loose. Yeah. Yeah, friendly girl. It's not about, well, overflow is usually with defer on screen images or defer on screen content. It's the iPad, right? So you know your header banner on the iPad. What is the width set to? Is it set to 100%, or have you put in an actual size? Have you put in an actual size? Yeah. So your images should be 100%. Your container should be 100%. If you do that, you should be fine. Thank you, Ahmed. Thank you for your support as well. To be honest, I really should be saying thank you to all of you, because you watch the videos, you like the videos. It's because of you that we get traction. If you weren't watching, other people would never find out about the channel. So I sincerely say thank you to each and every one of you. Except Artif. Really, Artif? So you get that issue as well? I mean, the only thing I can think of is your content. So images. Yeah. You might just need to do a custom width on any contents that sit within that hero banner or that header or something like that. So as I was saying, okay, earlier, I've got like 59, sorry, it's 59, not 60. 59 categories I've got to add in to this website over here, which I had to redo for the client because there were so many problems with it. And I just felt like I just can't let it go, right? After I did my bit, I could have just said, fine, there isn't any more now we'll do to this website. I've done my bit, but there's problems with it. That's between you and your previous developers. However, I just could not let it go. There's a part of me that cannot let a problem go if I feel like I could solve it for you. Obviously, I will be charging them a bit more for this. You know, I'm not going to do. Look, when you do more extra, if it's just an extra 5 minutes, you can almost let that go. 10 minutes, you can let it go. But the extras I did was staging site, brand new WordPress installation, brand new My Listing installation, import over the header and footer, modify them, do the homepage, contact page, get listed, add listing, explore pages, privacy, cookie policies, terms and conditions, get those all in, import them in, but then rejig them because there were WP codebox snippets that affected everything and I wasn't going to install that again. WooCommerce, products, listing packages, listing types, listing categories to be done. A lot of it is kind of feeding through what was built, but you're still having to build it. Hey, Paul, how you doing, my friend? I missed your live yesterday. I wasn't at home and I got back and I was like, oh, missed his live chat, but good to see you doing that again. But when you're working with a client and you've agreed to do that and you've done that, but you can clearly see that the professionalism of the website is not great because of what the previous developers did. I have to stick my foot in the door and say, look, you can take it. I've done my bits now. You can now pay the final 50%, but I strongly recommend you redo all of that. You got 32 plugins. You haven't even tested the flow. You do not know what the snippets are for because it's WP. I don't like WP Codebox. I really don't. You're right, John. It literally, I started it, John, at 4:30 p.m. yesterday. Did about 5 hours. Today I've done about 3 hours and I've got about an hour and a half to 2 hours more to do. It's a full day's extra work on there. But they're going to know that they get a website now that is not bloated with tons of plugins that you don't need. There's no snippets in there where we don't even know where half of them are or what they were doing. You haven't got a child theme where we think it looks very much like the previous developer had edited the child theme, you know, and then they did some snippet. It was all messed up. And there are some plugins that they've removed, but they've left the ghost imprint. You can like they installed a theme called My Fit. It's been removed, but it's still there. There's elements of it within the back end still there affecting the website. So for me, it's like you got to start from scratch. You got to go bang, fresh WordPress installation, move the current website to a staging so you don't lose it. It's there. It's on a staging site. It's not disappeared anywhere. It's right there. Rub the lamp. It will grow. It's there. And then you create a new one. And you can use that as a reference point. Right, what do we need to make sure matches? What goes everywhere? Okay, I've missed a lot of comments. I'm just going to quickly check what's coming over. Gabrielle, good rule. 15-minute rule. If you can't do it within 15 minutes, then absolutely charge for it. Yeah, absolutely. Yes. Hey Pete, how are you doing? Victor, I have to leave. Just wanted to congratulate you. Yeah, hey, look. Paul's here. So Paul will be on board with this. But you know what? The stuff that I do, Paul does, Dave does, Kyle does, we know Jeffrey, we do this to help you make a difference because we've either experienced the same problem, we've had the same question, and either we want to put our own spin on how you should do it, or maybe we want to guide you in a better way. Because maybe there are videos out there where we're like, they're misleading you. They're telling you to buy this product, but there's things you need to know about. Or there's an easier way for you to understand X, Y, Z. Or this plugin, the documentation is trash. But we'll explain it to you in a much better way. So look, you take care, Victor, all right? Yeah, Paul, look, I hope your health is okay, all right? And I hope, you get back into the groove for it. But yeah, I'm absolutely fine to do some more lives in future. And I can't wait for my son to go back to school on the 1st of September. I've got 21 videos I want to record, Paul. 21, right? I want to get them done. Raheem's just shouted that he heard that. Yeah, well, I want you to go back to school, mate. So you're not on the computer all the time. He's on the PC, like, most of the time. He's now going to barge in here now and say something to defend himself. Hey, Louis88, how are you? Alessandro, what do you suggest to create a chat between logged in user, Elemental Pro, and building a book? Oh, okay. I did a video, Alessandro, on a free plugin called FreeCX. 3CX. Okay? 3CX, like that. If it was triple X, I'd be worried, but it's 1X. Free plugin. There is a premium version, but you can use the free plugin and you can have amazing chat systems set up. It's done in such a way whereby you could be out and about and you could be chatting to them via your phone and they'll see it on screen. So really, mate, you got to go for it. I know, Paul. Is yours does your son go to nursery yet? I'm guessing he does or not. I'm not sure. Trust me, Paul, when they're at school, it's so much better. It's so good. Except when you have to go and pick them up again. Yep, so Andy, you've sent an email. I'm about to open that one up in a moment. Neon Bongas, free CA. It is amazing, isn't it? But what you get for free, it is pretty damn good, right? And I've done a video on that. So, Alessandro, if you've not, go and do a search for FreeCX in our channel. You'll see a video I did about 2 months ago, I think. Step by step, setting up, using it. What is it good for? Absolutely nothing. Now, that's the war song. It is good for loads of stuff. So go and have a look at that. Alessandro's using FreeCX. I'm using it to take calls on my office. Ah, yes, 3CX. If you're already using it, you're already there to getting it set up on your website. And you know what, Paul? You know those days when you know, like, your child is not there and, like, you're not going to get disturbed and you can zone in. Boom, do you get things done, right? All the prep stuff you do while, you know, there's people around and you're looking on your phone. But when you know you now have quiet time, in you dive to get things done. Louis, any suggestion to have that edit with Elemental being tweaked from the WordPress dashboard sites? My clients all the time click the normal editor and then Elemental crashes. I don't know. I know what you mean, though. I feel like there's a risk here, though, because you could remove it, but there'll be occasions when you need to have it. I bet there's a code snippet that could be created. Hey, Monica, I bet there's a code snippet that you could use for hiding it. But I feel like there's a risk element attached to that. Right, now, Andy, you have emailed over your a link, and what you've said is, I'll Andy, I'll email you after the live chat. Okay, I won't do it on here. I'll email you afterwards. Okay, I need to look at it properly, and I'll get back to you on that. So I've got a website I've got to finish off today. I've got another one starting on Friday. The one on Friday actually is just an existing client, but we're now going to add in a single post template, a blog page, and obviously the post archive using the loop grid. Probably using Grid Builder because, quite frankly, the taxonomy filter is only good if you're going to have basic categories. I have started to notice, though, that the elemental taxonomy filter is slow. So even if you only have like, I don't know, let's say you got 100 posts and they're split over 8 categories. And you got all the categories at the top. When you click a category, it's not quick. Sometimes there's like a 2 to 3 second delay before it then goes bleh, and it returns it. And I don't like that. Grid Builder is click it, returns. Click return, click return. We don't want a 2-3 second delay. And I don't like that. So I feel like Elementor, if you're listening, stop the AI bullshit, right? Stop the AI, stop the image AI. No one's really desperate for it. The Elementor beta 3.16, time to first spy. I'm looking forward to testing that out. The web accessibility stuff, great news. Notes in the editor top bar, who cares about that? But focus on the loop grid and the taxonomy filter, right? You got it out the door. We're happy, but make us happier. We need it to be fine-tuned and improved, especially for the products and the multi-bi-directional filtering. But Grid Builder is, I mean, yeah, Paul, I mean, I'm quite lucky because, like, I'm sure you've got this as well, Paul. I bet you have. I bet you have, my friend. The unlimited license for it, so I can use it. And Grid Builder, sometimes you have to think a little bit because you build it and it works. You go to another website and you build it and it doesn't work. And often it's because you've made a bit of a mistake in the category or the way they were termed or named. And because when you use Grid Builder, you get, what do you get? You get a custom field, something you can use. You might pick the wrong one, but Grid Builder are very quick, from what I have found whenever I've had to contact them, with responding to queries you have. They are really, really quick and good. Ahmed says, I might have missed your query related to converting WordPress to Android. To be honest, though, I don't have any particular method for you, but I feel like when you go from Webflow to WordPress, you got to recreate. When you go from WordPress to you building in an iPhone app, you might need to use a third-party solution offering tool or rebuild from scratch. And I think when you're going from WordPress to Android, you might have the same thing. Then again, though, do you mean viewing a WordPress phone on Android? Because technically, it should work. As long as you've got the right resolutions or you've done a bit of clamping or the right container width sizes. So when you say WordPress to Android, Ahmed, can you clarify that a bit? Because that should just work for you out the bag. Yeah, Friendly Girl says basically deactivate the use of WordPress editor. I feel like there's a risk, though, the minute you do that, because you'll end up reactivating it back for yourself. So you're going to got to set user roles up for admin can see it, client who might also be admin can't. You know, it gets messy. DJ Cloud was looking for server optimization info and Divi. Found a great blog. I don't use WP Rocket. You've seen my page speed videos. I have other ways of building it and it works really well for me. The other problem with the taxonomy filter is that it does fail. Of course, Neon people are still using Elementor. They are still out there. So the taxonomy filter sometimes errors out. And then you have to regenerate your CSS for it to work, which again is a bit of a bug or a problem, I think, in that. Michael, you do is one of the main. Michael, take the Neon. You do. Oh no, don't. Yeah, honestly, Neon. Seriously, don't worry, mate. But yeah, I mean, a lot of the stuff we talk about in the live chat is relevant regardless of Elementor, Spectra, Breakdance, Bricks, Webflow, even any of that. It's about sometimes strategize dealing with clients, problem solving, pricing, pricing ladders, the right mindset, surrounding yourself. You don't have to, doesn't have to be physical, can be virtual, but surrounding yourself with a group, right? With the right people who will understand your pain. Look, I can't say to my wife, oh my God, this damn taxonomy, you've got to rebuild it. She's going to think, are we paying more tax? She won't get it. And I don't mean that because she's female. I want to make that clear. Okay, I'm not saying that. It's because she's not in our world. But if I speak to anyone who's in the world, whatever gender, whatever age, you get it. Or you understand it. You might not be au fait with taxonomy. You might just understand the term category. But you get it when it's explained to you. But if I start to talk to my wife about websites, forget it. Like, psh, there's no hope. Never gonna happen. Gene, I'm using Elementor on a site, but I cannot find a nested widget. Right. You've got to go over here, right? So you got to go to Elementor settings. Okay, go to features, and what you need to do is scroll down. No, where is it? Make sure your loop is on, number one. Once you got your loop on, there it is nested elements. So make sure your nested elements is on in your elemental features. Just having containers is not enough. You got to make sure the nested elements is on. By the way, you don't need to have loop. You got to make sure you got flex and nested is on, and then you will be fine to do that. I'm really slow on picking up the questions, so let me just quickly check everything is all right. Johnny, struggling when to use boxed or full width. Okay, if you're going to have an image that goes all the way across, the boxed width and the full width doesn't matter because it's going to sit in your container, right? Are you going to have your content go like, so let's just say, okay, let me explain it, okay? Right, okay. So let's look at this page at the moment, right? Let's pretend this is a 100-inch screen. This is 100 inches, like that. If you use full width and your content is left aligned, it's going to start here, and you've got like 1,000 words in text editor. It's going to run all the way along and wrap and go like that, right? 100 inches. If, however, you had gone and done 500 pixels, so it's now only this area here, your page will go longer because it's 1,000 words, but now it will go like that, right? But if it's full width, it goes like that, okay? So that's kind of, that's my simple explanation for what are you using and when are you using it. So it's a bit like if let's go, so let me show you, okay? So this page here, right? Okay, this page here is a boxed width of 1,100. This is all 1,100, right? So it does not matter how big I make it. Can you see the width of that? It's not until you start to get here does it start to shrink and change, and it takes into account the padding and all of that. But yeah, you get it, Johnny. Yeah, I think you get it now. Good. Whereas if you go with full width, it's just going to go like that. And full width works on some pages, whereas a box width works on others. So it depends on what layout you're trying to achieve with where your content sits. Hey Andrew, you snuck in there. How are you doing? Hey Phil Delatorre, hope you're okay. Is anyone using Aterim? Yes, I do. I still use it with some clients, not all. I used a free version. If you want to have your emails trickle through Aterim as well, and a few other stuff like have extra team members on, then you go for the pro version. If it's only ever going to be you, and you don't want to have your emails trickling through, you can get away with the free version. So I would say use it, free version, and I think you'll be fine, Andrew. Trust me. Because it's just you, right? So you're not having to like divvy up the work. Right, you do this, you do that. I'm allocating this task to you and you and you. And how much time did you spend? What have you done? And report back to, you don't need to worry about that. I tried it out. I have to say that I prefer my emails to be how I access my emails on my system or my phone. You can have it all go through to Adarim. I found that would work if you had a team, 20 people. You want all the emails to go through to one place so you can click an email and go, right, convert it to a task. And this is now going to be allocated to a Paul. Then it can work. But if it's one man band or one woman band or one gender non-biased band, then, or a rock band, whatever you are, then Atarim 3 can work for you really, really, really well for you. Totally. Yes, it's nested. No, so Gene, just to check, right? You are using, you do have the latest version of Elementor Pro, don't you? Because you're going to make sure that Flexbox is on. And then you go scroll down and make sure the nested elements is on as well. Yeah, make sure they are all on. Just make sure you got the latest version. Have I heard about WP Accelerator? I've heard of Serafinite Accelerator. What's WP Accelerator? I probably have heard of it. WP Accelerator. Is it Serafinite? I don't know. No, I don't know. Anyway, no. In short, no. Is Elementor tweaking the new view of the site stylings? Yeah, they added in an extra component. You don't have to view it if you don't want. It basically shows you boxes of colors and fonts. I'm not overly crazy about it. A lot of people have said they love it. Oh, you said, is there a nested slider? Right, Gene, you need to use the carousel, Gene. Right? You need to use the carousel. Don't use the slider. Just do a search for carousel. That is basically the slider. And you can do loads of stuff with it. So, Gene, look for the word carousel. That is your slider as well. So yeah, back to, I mean, I was going to show you on here, but it's not there. The new interface for the global colors and global fonts is okay, but I don't go crazy for it because I know what fonts I've loaded. I can go to my custom fonts and see them. I know what my global colors are. I've even gone to the global fonts and added them in to be the new default. So I've done all of that. And having a page show it, I'm just not. It reminds me a little bit of where we were last year when we had the notes come out. And some people were like, whoa, this is amazing. And I was like, no, it's not. Anyway, skip that. Neon Bongers, thoughts on accessible? Don't really have any thoughts on that one, sorry. Client Andrew Downey is asking for changes and call different things on his sites by different name. I just want to change that client. Yeah. Do you know what, Andrew? You got to pin them down. You really do have to pin them down. So, like the client I'm working with now and the one that we will be working with on next Monday, I'm so particular about, right, Monday, you're going to get this. Tuesday, you need to get back to me by a certain time so I can focus and carry on. Wednesday, Thursday, I make very clear. And at what point are they allowed? So the client I'm starting with on Monday, they were like, okay, so we can ask for changes. I went, you can ask for a certain amount of changes. If I feel like I need to redesign the whole page now, or it's like a continuous sequence of changes that takes longer for me to do, then the time to do this, the cost will have to reflect that. And I may ask for interim payment. So if like, the 50% deposit and this is what we're going to get done, and now the homepage is taking more, before I do the rest of the website, I will ask for an interim payment. So let's say the website costs us $1,000, $500. They pay the $500, and then there's loads of homepages changes because they keep changing their mind. I might charge them an extra $200, and they got to pay that before I go carry on to do the rest of the website. What I'm not going to do is say, yeah, pay it at the end. Yeah, don't worry about it. Because there's no guarantee that they will. And you might turn around and go, they better. Nah. Nah. People don't always play ball with stuff like that, all right? Sometimes they shit you around. So if you had agreed to do X and now you're doing more, do it, but get prior payment for it. And clients get a bit funny over that, but that's why I try and draw them in and make clear that, look, here's the cost for your homepage. I'm going to do it based on what we've discussed, on designs, on ideas. I'm going to do it. You then reflect on it. If after that, there's a continuous sequence of change, the cost will have to reflect that. Because I've been there. We've all been there. In the old days, we've all been there, where a homepage, you're like, yeah, I can get that done in a day, half a day. 4 days later, you're still doing it. Because the client takes the biscuit, right? They are dropping crumbs all over you at the moment. So you got to watch out. Hey, Pickstar, how you doing, my friend? Hope you're all right. Bat J, does the mega menu show up in the Google search? No. I did a video on that, Fat J. Go and do a search for mega menu. Basically, what you need to do is get the WordPress menu. You need to drop it into your mega menu. You need to set it to be visible. Was it visible or display? Display none. Or visible. I think it was the visible one. Go and watch the video. So that will then get picked up by Google, your header. If you just rely on a mega menu, it's not getting picked up. You got to make sure you put it in your footer and your header. You do that and you'll be fine. Everything okay with the family, Pickstar? You don't have to answer here, all right? But is everything okay? Is Seraphonite Accelerator worth to use? No, it's not. Go and watch our Page Speed 2023 video. It will rock your anus in a good way. Go and watch that video, okay? You don't need to be paid. Seraphonite charges you per users. And if you hope to have 1 million visitors, not users, visitors, you're going to get screwed. So, go and watch the Page Speed 2023 video. Gabrielle, what is your setup for fonts on a website? I prefer to have no more than 2 font families. Sometimes I will work with just 1 font family because the weighting can make a very big difference as to how things look on screen. And people go, it looks like it's 2 different, but they're not. It's just different weightings. No more than 2 font families if you are going to go for this. In terms of sizing, I work with REM. My hero banner, the main header might be 4 or 6 REM, depending on the impact you want to make. Also the number of words. The more words you have, the smaller the size as well. The subheader might be 3 or 2 REM. Your actual body text might be 1.2 or 1 REM. And you kind of work it like that. Louis88. Is there an overview of the overall stars lose globally? I think Elemental are going to bring something out. I think in Elemental version 4, we're going to get a proper class system like Bricks. Because we're at 3.16 now. How much stuff can you add on to version 3 until we move to version 4? I thought version 4 was going to be the big move to containers, which they're now doing in 3.16. So I think version 4... Hey, George, how are you? I think version 4 of Elemental is going to bring in a class system like Bricks, and I'm looking forward to that. George, great to have you here, mate. I think that's what we're going to get. Because there's been many times I just want to go, oh, I want to create a class system for body text, you know? So it'd be really, really cool if we get that. Ah, right, Alessandro, right. I don't have a good idea for a plugin on that then. Between vendor sellers, basically. You might need to do a bit of a Google search on that one, unless anyone else has got a solution for that. Yep, gonna say, just checking the comments. Hey, Eichmann. Now, Eichmann, I've noticed you got the same background to me now. Eichmann, are you still working on the same website that you were working on before? Are you still using that? Because I remember you shared your website about 3 weeks ago. Are you still using that website? Go on, George. Ain't a stupid question. George, you're a kingmaker when it comes to coding and problem solving. It cannot be a stupid question. I think of it as a problem that you want to investigate further, or it could be a stupid question. So let's go with 50-50 stupid, 50-50 intelligent investigation. I think it's more intelligent investigation. Let's go with that. Absolutely, Ahmed. You got to get your 50%. But if very quickly you realize, hang on, they want me to do this and they want me to do that, and we now deviate, and I thought we were going to do X, Y, Z, and I told them, like, I priced up to do WooCommerce, and they said, no, they're going to do it. And now all of a sudden, I am doing the WooCommerce because I need the WooCommerce done to get the services page done. I can't link them. And now I'm doing it. And if you're doing it, they should pay for it. Watch out for that. Okay? Yes, Pickstar, smash the like button. Okay, Eichmann, you've improved your website. Good. Good to hear that. If anyone wants to share their website, link is below. Please do share it if we want to do a quick review. Rubin Bad, how are you? Is Bad your actual surname, Rubin? I've wondered this a few times. Are you actually like an angel, but your tag is Rubin Bad or something like that? I just don't know, you know? So yeah, please do share it. Please do share it, Eichmann. The thing is, though, Eichmann, your website was based on a template. And your website was basically almost the same as that template. So when we were commenting on it, we were commenting more on a template than what you'd actually built from scratch. George, is in Elementor, is there a way to use Gutenberg? But there I set... Oh, okay, so the client adds text to a blog post, yep, which they can do. But I set the H1, H2 sites to specific font size only for the post content module. Ooh. Right. I think the answer is no. So if the client drops text in, George, and they've not selected it to be a H1 or a H2 or anything like that, yeah, go for it, Eichmann, email me. If they don't do it within the content, George, then when it gets to elemental, all of it is just going to be text. So yeah, you see, I think that's the problem, George. The elemental's not that intelligent. If, however, the blog post has loads of custom fields like header, subheader, text, and it follows a certain routine, then you could do it with custom fields. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure elemental's that intelligent. I think that's going to need some testing out, because Friendly Girl is saying maybe possible with custom CSS, but I think because you're still relying on the client to tag it, so they have to select that text and say, right, this is a H3. Then they have to select, oh, this is a H4. They still have to do that, and if they don't do that, how are you going to know without going back through it, kind of thing? So Friendly Girl is right, but you're reliant on the client. Yeah, George, you get it, right? You're reliant on them, and they're not going to do that, right? They will just... Oh, did it, George? So is this after they've tagged it to say this is a H2, this is a H3? So did that work then? But you are reliant on the client tagging it. That's the only thing, I think. I had a look at Divi, but I've never used it. Ahmed, I have a website. Whoa, 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 whoa. Why have you got 17 gigabytes, Ahmed? Why have you got 17 gigabytes? Yeah. That is horrendously big. Tell me why you've got 17 gigabytes. Loads of users, multi-vendor shop. What is going on here? What is going on here? So Ayeshman, this is a new website that you've got that you want to review, or... So is this a website for a client? Because there's problems with this website. Right, let me just show you, okay? I'm just going to now show Ayeshman's website. Let me just shrink myself down to be a little man and a face just here. Right, okay. Excellent, George. If she can do that, that's excellent. If she can tag, you are doing great. Do I have any discovery template to use? Ruben, it's very varied. And I have got like... I do have questions I ask, but they vary very much between... Right, Fat J, one of my websites is 36 gigs. Whoa. You really got to use EWW to optimize your images. Right, okay, so we've got a website here. This is Ayeshman's. I'm just refreshing it. Experience the glow of candlelight minus the worries. So, yeah, the wording needs changing. Experience the glow. Join the wait list. It's not very enticing, is it? Why would you join a wait list for, you know, without a trace of smoke or flames? I'm not sure, because it's just a torch then, isn't it? It's just a lamp. I'm not sure anyone's going to join a waiting list for a lamp. Now, this bit I don't like, okay, here. Watch this image, everyone, right? As I scroll up, do you see that change? Look at the change. There's a change, and then there's another change. Look, a subtle one. There's a white line there. Can you see the white line here? There's that white line. And I just don't see what the point of that is. I'm struggling to understand what that is all for. I don't get that. I'm not sure what that is. I mean, it just seems to be like a glow, but why would you... It's probably better as a GIF or a little video or something. This doesn't work for me either. Magic of the candle warmer lamp. This just feels dead. It's like a dead zone. I don't know why. That doesn't work for me. especially in white, because you've got these different shades and then we jump to white. I would make this match this color or be another off shade, you know. And this as well, the white, it's too harsh. You got pastel colors and then we jump to white. It's like a full stop. Boom. You know. And that again just feels like Discover kind of went through. Nah. It doesn't work. I feel like the content needs working. That obviously you're gonna have a slider in here. This works better, right? Because I can see the full image now. Over here, it stops at the candle. I can't see the bottom. So you're missing out on like a bit of it, which, you know, I mean, look, this should be higher up. All of this should be higher up. Yeah? All of this should be higher up. I'm not sure what's going on here. Videos. I'm not sure about that. Yeah, okay. But this all of that should be your section 2, right? You should have something like this as your hero banner, right? I mean, that is much better. That, if you're going to go, right, I mean, look, what we got that, if you're going for a lamp, right, to show the brightness, that, so you got the darkness. I mean, you got to work on your lineup though there, because that's crossover there. This needs to be moved over to the left, the right more. I mean, it's too much. Yeah, it needs to be moved over to the right. But that works better, and then lead into this. We respect your needs. Sorry, that's bullshit. No one cares about that. Then jump into this here. So you go from like, you don't have a slider, you have that. And then you jump to that. Yeah? And I agree with what Woodmark theme, Phil. I don't use it, but I don't so I don't know much about it. What's Rubin says? Something happened to Rubin. Oh, okay, yeah. So this website, house has been built. Is this using a theme? What is this using? Is it a theme we got going on here? Is this built all from scratch? So I feel like there's a bit of work. There's a bit of work still needs to be done on this website. So this is an Astra site. Is this an Astra template you're using? Aishman, is this an Astra template? Yeah, Ahmed, if you've got 6,000 posts with images, you need to really get those images WebP down. So this is a Astra website. Is this using a starter theme? This is from scratch, right? So make that your hero banner, full width, okay, or even boxed width. Full width would be better. Then you drop into this, okay, right? I feel like that's a bit too big. It doesn't need to be that big, if I'm honest. It's bigger than it needs to be, right? It could be 2/3 of that. Right, and then you want to get onto what is the point of it. But I honestly cannot think of why anyone would join a waiting list for this. Anyway, it's your client, but I don't feel like I can't see what the conversion magnet is on that. I think you got to think of something really dazzly amazing. Why would I buy a lamp? Why would I buy that lamp? Why would I join a waiting list when I can order from Amazon if I want a lamp or go to the shops nearby? What is the pull for that over here? Right, we've been live for 1 hour 21, and I've got to close off a client's website today. Yes, George, sounds like a good idea for a plugin, that does. All right, everyone, I'm now going to shoot off, all right? I've got stuff I need to get on with. I've got a client's website I'm working on. I've got other emails. Oh, hold on. Alessandro. Oh, right. Yes, Alessandro, you emailed your website. Do you want me to quickly put it on screen? Are you still here, Alessandro? No, George, I'm still here. I'm still here, everyone. Alessandro, can you me a video on scroll effect? Eichmann, there's no point me sending you. I'm still here, everyone. I'm still here. I'm going to do a quick review on Alessandro's video website. Eichmann, there's no point asking me to send you a video. You should know what your client wants, and then you should already have a solution for that, because any video I send on scroll effect might not be what you actually need. So, right, so Alessandro, are you online or not? Because I'm going to review your website, and then if you're not here, I probably won't do it again. Oh, a before and after image effect. Yeah, I've got a video on that. So go and do a search for before and after or comparison. I've got some JavaScript for that you can use. It's free, easy to use, really, really simple. So this is a website from Alessandro. This is a personal website he's working on, and he's using Cadence and ACF Pro. So okay, so if you're watching Alessandro, here's the problem. Our showroom, I can't see a showroom. Sale and rental of a car. There's no car except a picture of an icon there. The font here is it's too much for your hero banner. You need to have big image or a gallery of images or 3 images or a mid-journey of an image for your showroom or your cars. All right. Sale and rental of a car. I think we've got to come up with something more powerful. Get your next car. Right. And then underneath it in a subheader, we specialize in sales and rentals. Right. Or our showroom specializes in sales and rentals. Right. Big statement. Right. Get your next car. Get your next 4 syllables, 4 words, 4 syllables, easy peasy, right? Image of your car. Don't do this. This is no. You're better off just having boxes with images, right? Marble effect, don't do that. It adds nothing to the car, you know? I know you're going to go for the word luxury, but again, it's like, no. Is it smoke? Is it marble? Is it a cigarette? What is it? A cigar, right? Make these be icon boxes. New arrivals. This should be directly below your hero banner. Hero banner, we get to this. Then underneath, you have the smaller boxes of these. Because now you've hooked me, right? Get my next car. Yeah, I like the image. Ooh, I like what he's got. Now I want to know. To straight away go, oh, what? Oh, hold on. Oh, no, I didn't read that. Oh, I'm on a mobile. What's this like on the mobile? Right? What? Look at this. The mobile. Oh, dear. Oh, I scrolled too far. Oh, my finger dropped into my pot noodle. It's not great, yeah? So you want to get this higher up, really higher up. The gap there's a bit big. You want to make it easy to see everything. Latest sales. Nah, do I need to see that? If new arrivals and motorcycles is better than latest sales. Whenever you go to a lottery website, they go, oh, latest winners. I don't give 2 shits about the latest winner. The latest winner just won £1 million. I don't care. I want to win it. Right? So, yeah. That's what you want to go with. Alessandro, there you are. Yeah. So my thoughts are big image, showroom, get your next car. Our showroom specializes in sales and rentals. You don't have to say the word car because you got it in your header 1. Right? This text can be moved further down, but your second container is when we now hit this, right? Okay, and have a mixture of the motorcycles and the cars. Don't have a separate one for motorcycle. Have it all in one. Because look, you've only got one. It looks lonely. It looks orphaned. It's just one. Okay, so get it in one. Okay, get it in one and you will be happy. All right, that's all I'm going to say about that. Yeah, so Aishman, I've already got a video. If you've missed that, there is already a video for before and after image comparison. Go and do a search for it in our video channel. Just search for the word comparison or before and after or before, after or after. And the video is there. It's a bit of JavaScript, but it very quickly allows you to have that slider effect between two images. Is there any universal solution to auto-optimize images to WebP and give the right? Yeah, it's optimal, DJ Cloud. It is optimal. I did a review on that about 3 weeks ago, I think, 2 to 3 weeks ago. Optimal is pretty good at that. It's not cheap. It's not cheap, okay? It's going to cost you $20, $25 a month, but it does work for you. Yeah, and Friendly Girl makes a good point. Yeah, I don't like this background either. Just go for a white page, right? Look at what other people are doing, right? Look at what other people are doing. Because on a mobile, that does start to look really busy with the background. It starts to feel a little bit, yeah. Anyway, look, I'm going to jump off now, everyone. I'm going to crack on with other stuff I've got to do. Don't forget to smash the like button. Will I be on tomorrow? Maybe, but I want to record loads of videos, so I might not be. I'm hoping that my wife takes Raheem off to go swimming or something. You are? Okay, cool. And can you stay out of the house for 4 hours?
Maybe 8 hours.
8 hours, even better. Right, so if he can stay out of the house for 8 hours, even flipping better, then I will get loads of videos done. All right, mate. Did you finish your sausage?
Yeah, and a whole entire cookie.
The cookie's that big. You didn't save any for me?
No.
Right. As soon as I finish this live chat, I'm chasing you around the house. Okay, everyone. Take care. Speak
Bye.
soon.